It is the 5th of November 2014. Thank you very much for making time to be with us. My name is Mwavenya Wanyasa. We begin by taking a look at some of the stories making headlines. Fighting drug and alcohol abuse. Varsity students seek solutions. And in sports, the doping menace. Rita Jeptoo unleashes offensive. Welcome. Now, drug and alcohol abuse has for a long time posed as a threat to the lives of many students, especially those in the universities and colleges. And as a response measure, students at the Nairobi University have come up with alternative ways to addressing the vice and helping others who may be otherwise caught up in it. Warimumbogwa kicks off the broadcast with this report.
The story of drug abuse among our youth is a sad one. Cases of school dropouts owing to alcoholism have been rife. Recently, the National Council Against Drugs and Alcohol Abuse, NACADA, has come out in condemnation of school heads for not stepping up the fight against secondary school children who are engaged in the vice. NACADA undertook to make surprise crackdowns on students, taking hair samples and testing them for drugs.
We are going to use the sniffer dogs. We are going to use any system available to do random check so that every parent who sends a child to school is assured that it's a safe place.
And now University of Nairobi students are offering alternative solutions to the menace, the focus being the side effects and dangers of indulging, especially amongst students.
We should not take it as a hazard within our campus. Every one of us, we should try and do our best to play a part in making sure that we keep our youths who are getting wasted academically and in real life safe.
Oblivious of these dangers, students often yield to peer pressure and get involved in drugs and alcohol abuse, some for fun, others in trying to shake off stresses of life and family problems. Poverty is also a contributing factor to selling and dealing in drugs for pocket money.
Drugs can destroy your health. It can destroy your future. Your lives are still long, and drugs are very harmful to this generation.
The students note keenly that they should do their best to play a part in the fight against drug and alcohol abuse.
Catch your bright future with success. Stay away from drugs, and remember, you are still young, and our country depends on you.
They have also lauded the school for putting up mobile clinics which help the students with the information on the vice. Reporting for WTV News, I'm Warimumbogwa.
And this story brings us to our feedback question of the evening, and we ask, what role are you playing in fighting drug and alcohol abuse? What role are you playing in fighting drug and alcohol abuse? Do share your thoughts on SMS 20058, and as usual we get to sample some of your thoughts and post them on our Facebook page, WTV Kenya. Regional economies are teaming up to formulate policies and regulations aimed at harmonizing national and cross-border internet connectivity for economic and social development. Winnie Otieno with this report.
Africa, and specifically Kenya, is experiencing an exponential growth in the information, communication and technology sector. However, the cost of using the services is one that is continuously being questioned. The sector is tipped to become one of the biggest contributors to the country's GDP in the coming years, given that in Kenya there are 32.2 million mobile subscribers with 22.3 million internet users, according to the latest figures from the Communication Authority of Kenya.
As a country, we remain fully committed to the regional initiatives that aim to facilitate affordable and accessible internet for the citizens.
In order to tackle the high cost of internet in the region, ICT Principal Secretary Joseph Tiampati says there is need to develop internet exchange points to enhance high-speed interconnectivity in the region. This will ensure internet traffic is channeled locally rather than from outside.
Well, and just to remind you of our feedback question tonight, we ask, what role are you playing in fighting drug and alcohol abuse? What role are you playing in fighting drug and alcohol abuse? To send us your thoughts on 20058, we'll get to sample some of them and post them on our Facebook page, WTV Kenya. And finally, in the world of sports, only days after marathon runner Rita Jeptoo was exposed for a positive doping test, Kenya Sports Minister Hassan Wario Arero now says that Kenya has a very big and clear roadmap to tackle the problem and will be opening a new anti-doping agency by the end of the year. Here's a report filed by Brenda Gitobo.
Not my words, but those of Sports Cabinet Secretary Hassan Wario, who puts the blame squarely on sports agents who have infiltrated Kenyan camps and the Kenyan Athletics Federation for being uncooperative. Senior Athletics Kenya officials Monday confirmed that marathon runner Rita Jeptoo tested positive for EPO in a doping test. David Okeyo and Jackson Tuwei, who are vice presidents of Athletics Kenya, told the Associated Press that Jeptoo's A sample taken in an out-of-competition test in Kenya on September 25th showed traces of the blood-boosting drug. It was unclear if Jeptoo, the women's two-time defending champion of both the Boston and Chicago marathons, will ask for backup B sample to be tested. Jeptoo's agent, Federico Rosa, said he would advise her not to ask for the backup test because of what they found in the sample. Rosa said he had not spoken to Jeptoo since news of her failed test broke last week. Meanwhile, the World Anti-Doping Agency President Craig Greedy is expected to hold talks with Cabinet Secretary Hassan Wario on the sidelines of the Doha Gold Sports Forum in Qatar, where the two will be in attendance. Wario expects agents and other stakeholders alike to take precautionary measures in the fight against doping.
Well, and that's it from our news desk this evening. Thank you very much for having made time. My name is Wavinya Wanyasa. Have a blessed one.